Hi, and welcome to American Conservative Network. Today, on our show, we would like to introduce the Republican candidate, Chris Algeier.
Hello.
Hello, how are you,
Nice
Chris?
to see you.
Good to see you
I'm
too.
doing very good. How about yourself?
Good.
Awesome.
All right. So, our first question for you today is, what are your plans and issues you want to focus on during this upcoming debate?
Well, I want to focus on keeping taxes low, creating jobs, but I also want to focus on some issues like gun rights and protecting the Second Amendment while still keeping people safe in their local communities.
I feel like those are very important things to focus on, and I think that it can help you during the campaign.
Absolutely.
Okay, so our next question is coming in from one of our viewers, and he asked, how do you plan to protect unborn lives?
Well, that's a great question. So I think what we're gonna go take a leap. I think we have the possibility of maybe of returning Roe v. Wade. I think as long as we get some more seats in the Congress and maybe even convince some Democrats to go for our side.
All right. Another question we have for you today is, how will you protect our gun rights?
Well, I think I have to start with local governments first to make sure that gun rights are being protected in separate counties and maybe even cities at some points. But pretty much a very similar sort of way to tackle it as the abortion rights and things like that, to make sure that I can convince some Democrats and also get some more people in Congress who support gun rights.
Yeah, us at the station really believe that those are some good values to have.
Absolutely.
How do you plan to run our tax system?
Well, there's no way to really get rid of taxes, but I think as long as we keep them low and reasonable, that we can keep the American people happy and we can keep some money in their pockets. And I think overall that'll help the economy better than a super large amount of taxes anyway.
Yes, I agree. I think that that is very important and that the American people are with that.
Absolutely.
How would you deal with illegal immigration in America?
Well, I don't think that we can really have illegal immigrants, but I want to make sure that immigrants themselves can still come in. But the thing is, I just want it to be legal because our country was founded on immigrants, essentially. So I think that we should still keep that going. But I don't really want illegal immigrants just coming in whenever they want, bringing crime and stuff. And you know those cages that they talk about down at the border, those are actually put in by Obama. So I would like to get rid of those as well and have a better system for people who do cross over illegally.
Yeah, we agree. We feel like that's a top concern. All right, another question we have for you today. What are your main concerns?
A lot of my big concerns are diplomatic things, like obviously with Iran and even with many other countries. But I think a lot of things that I want to fix are things that are happening right here in the United States. You see, I think it's becoming harder and harder to make compromises across the aisle with the Democrats. So while still staying firm in my beliefs, I want to still try to find a better way to work with Democrats to help make the government more useful than it has been in recent years.
I agree. I feel like it's a concern, like not a concern, but
a bit of a problem that's happened.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. All right, we're almost running out of time, but we would like to ask you one more question. Why would you be a better president than the other candidate?
Well, I don't know exactly because I haven't really seen so much of Abby's things, but I do know that even though I did say that we should compromise, I feel like the Democratic Party is going a little farther left. So I feel like to maintain the values that we've withstood in this country, that we need a conservative president such as myself to help maintain a lot of our values, but still move forward as far as technology and business goes.
All right, Chris, well, that's all the time we have for you today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
All right, and thank you guys for tuning in on American Conservative Network. See you next time.